What's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and today is going to be Shang-Chi, however you say his name. Um, I know it's a little late for this one, but I kind of have a big weekend planned, so I didn't really have time to film the review. Also, I know it's a little late and everything, but it's nice to kind of think about a movie after you've seen it, give it more time to kind of stew in your brain, and get like perspective on how you really felt about it and after the honeymoon phase of it. But honestly, that's kind of a waste of time for this movie because this movie, the second I finished watching it, I thought it was amazing. And even right now, I will sit here and say that that movie was absolutely fantastic. Shang-Chi, I'm going to just say Shang-Chi because I'm fucking American as fuck about it. But Shang-Chi is just an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. The movie literally has one small thing I didn't like about it, it's such a minor thing that like I thought about it after a week and I was like, oh, that's really not that big of a deal. But just going into even if you're not a Marvel fan for this movie, you want to see this movie. This movie is just everything you want from like an origin story of a hero in general. Even like I said, even if it's not a Marvel movie, it being a Marvel movie makes it kind of cooler, to be honest with you, because it connects the universe a lot. But if you're just going into this just looking for like a really cool movie to take your kid to, or like a cool movie to take like a friend to and just hang out and just see a movie, this is one of the coolest movies I think I've seen in theaters all year, to be honest with you. It's freaking brilliant, man. Like the choreography and the fight scenes is just amazing, dude. Like it's next level. It's just how well Marvel and Disney like it just ascended the mainstream origin story of movies. Like they did such a good job with this movie. So if you don't really know anything about it, it's pretty much just about this guy named Shang-Chi. He was born under a kind of a warlord, a guy who had these powerful rings that they're like bracelets. The fucking rings are so cool, dude. Like originally I thought like, oh, how are they going to make these bracelets work? You know what I mean? And the previews did such a good job at not showing us what they do. Like it's so surprising when you see these things in action. Like they're using these fucking rings. Like they pretty much have like a kinetic ability to them. I don't really understand it, but you can like throw the rings. You can like, I don't know. You can just do a bunch of crazy shit with it. Like there's a part in the movie where one of the characters like literally throws the rings up in the air, Sonic style, and just like uses them as like a grapple spot, like so they can get across another thing. And it's like a utility thing, and it's just so fucking cool, dude. Like it's just such a well set up weapon. Like it's brilliant. But yeah, the movie's about this kid who's born under this warlord. After his mom dies, the dad kind of goes back to being like evil in a way. You know, he kind of gave up his bad ways, and then decided after the mom died that he'd snap and he wanted to start training his kids to be like assassins and shit like that. So the son pretty much got out. He ran away. He came to America and he pretty much started going by a different name and hiding from his dad type of shit. Just your typical I'm running away from home, I don't want to be found type of scenario, but with a twist to it because it's really interesting like how they bring the dad and the son back together, and it's just I don't want to spoil anything. As always, I don't want to change your opinion on anything, going into it. I want you to go into this movie exactly how I did, with just like a level head about it. But this movie is absolutely awesome, dude. Like the story sounds pretty typical, but it like the way it escalates is just amazing. It's so good. I'll just really quick say the part I didn't really like that much, since it's literally just one little thing. The beginning of the movie, when it introduces us to Shang-Chi, he's got a best friend with him, and it's just this typical love interest type of chick. My problem with the whole like that first part of the movie was it felt a little forced and cheesy sometimes, but after thinking about it, I really liked it at the same time because I felt like Shang-Chi was going into the movie. I thought he was going to be kind of like a mature martial artist that like, is just like focused on honor and shit like that. But he's actually immature as shit. And that's kind of the underlining like meaning around this movie is like reach your full potential. Like, be who you want, like can be, the best you can be. And I feel like that was kind of like the, the thing with this movie was it was trying to tell you like, hey, get your life together, do what you have to do to make sure you're at your fullest potential. And like the movie really pushed that home really well. I really appreciated like the things the movie was trying to like the points it was trying to come across. It did a really good job. My main thing was like it felt like they were like overly immature in the beginning of the movie, but it was also trying to set up like where this movie takes place in the universe and stuff like that. So they definitely got that going and got it done really quick, and then the movie just instantly started going crazy. Like it just started getting really good. As soon as the first big fight scene happens, oh my God, dude, like you can feel the energy in the theater, just like it's like a big breath of air and you're holding your breath the whole time. And it is just an ass kicking good time, dude. Like it's just like the whole entire scene is just like, oh my God, the entire time. So it's absolutely super well choreographed. Everybody in the movie did a really good job. Again, I don't want to spoil any like story stuff, but it does progress the MCU significantly. Like this is a significant like gap now that they're creating to like get to the next one. So be ready for like a lot of MCU stuff, especially towards like the last half of the movie. They start getting very like MCU heavy on shit. That doesn't mean you have to watch all the MCU movies or anything, but it would be smart to start watching some of them so you can get some context on what's going on. This is definitely kicking off a phase though that is just like it's gonna be nuts. Like it's brilliant what they did with this movie. I can't say that enough. There are two after credit scenes. One in the middle of the credits and then one at the end of the credits. So make sure you don't miss those. They're very good. If anybody has questions on what they mean or anything like that, you can find a YouTube video on it, I'm sure. Or you can comment and I'll message you about it or something. Whatever. They did a really good job though. Everything about this movie was pretty much top notch in my opinion. This movie definitely like takes the Kung Fu style and like puts a lot more pizzazz on it too. The music is probably my favorite part of the movie, to be honest with you. Like when a fight scene starts, it's kind of like a slow heartbeat of just like bass that kicks in. Every punch Shang-Chi throws, there's like a bass behind it and it sounds really good and it kind of gets you like pumped up while you're sitting there watching it. It's a very like hype movie, very hype movie, and they did a great job with it. I will say like about 3/4 of the way through, the movie slows down a little bit and starts giving you a lot more lore and a lot more background about all the characters and everything like that. It gives you a lot more story. So it does slow down a little bit, but it happens at such a perfect spot that the pacing doesn't feel messed up at all. Like there's no like problem with the pacing whatsoever. And that's kind of weird because origin stories normally you get kind of like just like, oh, all right, get to the big like where you realize who you are, that kind of like happens, but it's very subtle and it's very just like fluid the way they like bring this movie out. It's just everything. I just can't say enough great things about it. I want to go and see it again like right away. It's super cool. There were kids in the theater just loving it. It was just a really good time. What this movie like presents when it comes to like Chinese culture and like Chinese mythology and stuff like that, they did a really good job with like presenting that to an American audience. Like they did a really good job. I'm very interested. I will admit I wasn't interested in Chinese culture whatsoever before this. And now I'm like looking shit up about like just different gods and all that stuff. Like this movie intrigues the hell out of me. And I just cannot wait for more. And there will be more. I cannot wait for another movie though. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to throw a rating on it though so this review doesn't get out of hand. I'm gonna slap an 8.5 out of 10 on this one. That for me, for a superhero origin story, holy shit, that's really good. Like that's like top notch for me. I'm gonna put that up there with like, to be honest, I'm gonna put that up there with like the OG Spider-Man. To be honest with you, the one with Tobey Maguire, like the first ever one. This movie had the same type of impact on me. I feel like it was just really fucking cool, dude. I definitely suggest checking this out ASAP though. It's really really fun. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped you out if you were going to go see it or not. So definitely see this movie. Peace out, guys. You're going to hit that like and subscribe button, right?